Welcome back to Jeff Talks Hoops. The Wolves went into the Bay last night and beat the Warriors on their home floor. That is all I know about this matchup. I don't know the stats. Anything else? Let's react to these highlights and see how Minnesota pulled off this upset.
Shooting percentage for the opponent, so the Warriors need to find some traction offensively ASAP by moving the ball.
The Audi starting lineups for Minnesota: Mike Conley, Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels.
Get that two-man action working. I'm taking a mismatch there. That's definitely a mismatch. Jaden McDaniels on Curry. There's nothing Steph can do against that length. And Jaden McDaniels got that contract. When he got that extension this offseason, as Conley hits the three. I think a lot of more casual NBA fans around the association raised their eyebrows and said, hey, I haven't even heard of this kid, but he is an absolute demon. Specifically defensively, but his offensive game continues to look more polished as Cat. Hopefully he can get it going. We haven't seen Karl Anthony Towns, the real Karl Anthony Towns, so far this season. So while the Wolves have been excelling and Rudy Gobert has been a huge part of that, as Curry hits the three, they need Cat to be Cat to reach their full potential. Oh, body. Dario Saric. You are too little. Oh. He's just so crafty. What are you supposed to do with that? Play, and this is the issue with the Warriors, is that Steph is doing his thing, but the rest of the starters are giving them absolutely nothing. Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins. These guys are not scoring at the rate they need to score at for the Warriors to make legitimate noise come playoff time. Oh, the reverse. His offensive game is so much more smooth than I could have ever imagined coming out of Washington. All right, Clay. Chris Paul's been good, but again, he's not a scorer. Kuminga. Need him to look to be more aggressive. Naz Reid has done wonders for this Wolves squad with Cat not playing up to his potential so far this year. Naz has been huge for them. Oh! Tough take. And Cat, they like to get him going those little dump-offs in transition. And obviously he's a serious threat to hit that shot. I've seen him do it hundreds of times. But if he... Whoa, no! Naz! Naz, I was just talking about how well you were doing. But anyway, going back to Cat quickly. If he can just keep the defense honest by driving every now and then and showing that he's a threat inside like he did a couple possessions ago, then it's going to continue to open up that outside shot, which is where we know he really wants to be. Nas getting to go to work.
Still only shooting 41%. You can tell Klay wants to have a big game. He's really trying to get himself going. Edwards.
So much body control there from him.
One of the reasons they're best in the league defensively.
The form is so funky, but it works. And we're seeing the best and worst of Naz Reid. He's highlighted so far because he had a turnover there. Wiggy, good reverse take there, shading with the body. Hunt Ant. Yep. Rudy. And you saw Rudy set that screen in transition to get Ant free, and then he followed him to the hoop. We are seeing a much more engaged Rudy Gobert so far this year. On both ends of the floor. Defensively, he's been a monster. And one of the big reasons why this has been... What on earth was that? All right, Cat. One of the big reasons, if not the biggest reason, why the Wolves have the best defense in the league. And that guy, Jaden McDaniels, is another reason, but Moses Moody just shook him out of his shoes.
That was off the split action. The defender was there. He had something for him.
Yeah, he did. Oh, yeah. So smooth. Obviously, he's an athletic freak, but he's moving with so much more fluidity than we've seen, it feels like. Just the sidestep three.
Steph splitting two defenders on a step through.
That gather step through, man.
Klay Thompson going. Didn't it look like he was going to have a big half there? He got going kind of early. And then
the degree of difficulty to do that on, who was it? Rudy Gobert, I believe that and one, as Klay hits the and one three. I feel like I should be reacting more to Steph Curry doing these things, but we've seen it all with him. The post up from Rudy. Good take from McDaniels there. I love that whenever he gets Curry on him, he's just hunting so far in this game. Good playmaking from Anthony Edwards there. Staying patient. Could have taken that little step through shot, but found a better look. And that was a foul. Great look from Draymond. Ant got away with a little bit of a shove in the back. He wanted to snake through there, but Draymond bumped him off, and he said, all right, if you're going to shave me to this spot, I'll hit the midi. I can shoot it over you. Thanks. Sorry to see you miss that bad for Curry. Unfortunately, you get a bad miss from Curry, offensive rebound, kick it out to the second greatest three-point shooter of all time, or third, depending on who you ask. Cat looks more engaged tonight, for sure. Again. Wow, playmaking, and we've seen that a little bit. The Cat to Rudy playmaking. It is really cool to see a 6'11" guy put the ball on the floor and throw lobs to a 7'2", 7'3" center. Oh! Dario Saric. Are we not getting a replay in that? Okay, what? Showtime. Tomahawk. Hey! Poor Dario Saric never stood a damn chance. Haven't seen much Chris Paul tonight in these highlights, but he's always dangerous when he's out there, and you cannot sag off of Naz Reid. Know the assignment, Dario Saric. He can hit that. Smaller defender on him. Understood he can get that up. Chris Paul is not contesting that at 48 years old. At this point, this is a big lead. I'm interested to see if the Warriors are able to get this one closer down the stretch. I think it finished closer.
He's thinking the same thing I'm thinking.
Curry having another great game. And Rudy Gobert bailing out Jaden McDaniels there, but it doesn't matter when you got a guy that big. Sometimes you can just throw it up to him. Gobert's put in a tough spot there, because he knows the roll man's coming. He's been good pretty much every time I've watched him play, with a lot of confidence. That is way too easy. Steph's just dancing out there. He says, I know if I'm going to pass it to someone, there's a lesser likelihood of them making the shot than if I just dance around and take a three, so I can't blame him. Mike Conley, who at his old age has continued to look incredibly solid for this Wolves squad. Another tough take through the body contact from Ant.
Edwards with the shot clock at 7. Edwards from the foul line.
And that's really his office. He wants to get to the free throw line, and ideally he wants to drive left to the free throw line, and there are so many different moves he can use out of those situations to create a spot. He's obviously a threat to go to the rim. He's just hunting in the mid-range right now, and he's used the bank more. That's one thing I've been noticing. The finesse is there. He has added wrinkles to his game. Trace Jackson Davis. A little bit of garbage time. This game's pretty much over. Wolves taking care of business. Nah said, "Nah, I'm not throwing you a lob, Nas. It's my time." Pajemski. The score ended up being a little bit closer than the game actually was. The Wolves had a pretty comfortable lead all throughout the fourth quarter, most of the third quarter. Another really, really impressive showing from Minnesota. This squad is legit. Anthony Edwards has elevated himself to superstar status. Rudy Gobert is playing with a ton of confidence on both ends of the floor. I think he's added a little bit offensively, just showing he can be a threat around the rim, hitting those little hook shots. And Karl Anthony Towns was more aggressive tonight. Need to see that more from him. Jaden McDaniels can't say enough about how well he's been doing. This Wolves squad is deep. They are fun, and they're going to continue to make some noise.